filter makeup for your skin. Before, after. It looks like I applied a filter on the right side of my face. It's just makeup. Let's apply the filter finish makeup. It's a 3-step process Huda Beauty came up with, and I'm very excited because it looks incredible on camera. So I'm hoping it's going to look even better in person. First step, we have her new Easy Blur. It's a silicone-free primer. I'm only going to do half of the face first, just so we can really see the difference it makes. So we're gonna focus on the right side first. Okay, so we'll do the finger rule, not the finger rule, just what she recommends. Just apply it to the back of my finger, like so. Supposed to be lightweight with providing a soft, focused effect. This jelly-like primer, I really like the first impression and the application. I usually don't like smoothing, blurring, like ultra blurring primers because of the way they feel on my skin. But this one has a really great consistency and texture. It really smoothed out the texture of the skin, but it's not extremely mattifying where my skin looks dehydrated. It still looks plump, it looks natural, but the texture and the pores, especially around the nose, you can see a lot, the biggest difference. Like this side just has my skincare prep, and this side with the skincare plus the primer. I think you can really see that it kind of diminished a lot of the texture and the pores. It's not extremely mattifying, which I really like. All right, let's move on to step 2, which is her new Easy Blur Natural Airbrush Foundation by Huda Beauty. This is what I'm really excited about. Obviously the primers, yes, but this foundation just looks exactly what I like in a foundation, right up my alley for my skin type, which is a combination skin type. And this sounds incredible. It's supposed to be a ultra lightweight foundation formula with a medium to buildable coverage, and it's supposed to be non-comedogenic, ultra blurring, and providing an airbrushed finish. Who doesn't like that? It's for all skin types. I like that it has 1.5% niacinamide that's supposed to smooth and refine the texture on your skin, and also silica to provide that pore blurring effect. So airbrushed finish, I'm thinking natural to a soft matte. This is what the packaging looks like. I like the packaging, squeezy tube. I did pick up 2 shades because I never know, especially with new launches. So I picked up Vanilla 120B and then Shortbread 200B, and it says shake well. This is Shortbread. Ooh. Neither one looks great. Probably need to mix the 2. So we're doing the 2. I'm not sure how much of this I need. It says medium to buildable coverage. And then we'll do Shortbread on the outer portions of my face. Again, not too much. I'm gonna take a brush and just start working this into my skin. For my brush, I'm using the Smashbox Ultra Blurring Brush. Currently one of my favorites. I think both of them mixed together is actually pretty good. Neutral enough, but still cool toned. Wow, it's really pretty on the skin. It looks like my skin, but it's providing that beautiful coverage that I love right now. It's blurred. I could even go a little bit heavier in areas where I want that buildable extra coverage. I'm just gonna take whatever's on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna work it right here on the cheeks, just to cancel out some of this redness and around my nose. Not attaching to any dry spots. There's a little bit of dryness around my nose, but on the forehead, it's looking good. Not exaggerating any kind of texture. I'm obsessed with how lightweight it looks on the skin. It has a little bit of a tacky finish when you feel with your fingertips. That could also be the primer because it did have a little bit of a tacky finish. But I'm thinking, you know, once it kind of sets and I set it with the powder, which is step 3, I think it's going to be perfection. All right, I do want to do a little bit of concealer, so let me quickly do that. I'm going to take Huda Beauty, the Full Filter Concealer. This is a beautiful concealer if you love a full coverage, but it's also very lightweight formula. And I'm just using Rare Beauty concealer brush to blend in. Maybelline Firework Mascara in waterproof formula. Just going light-handed. Too Faced Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick in Chocolate Mousse. And I'm using Huda Beauty Face Sculpt Brush. And then for blush, I also picked up her Huda Beauty, the Blush Filter Liquid Blush in shade Watermelon Pop. Just gonna remove a lot of what's on the little sponge applicator and just going with the dots. It says it's supposed to be super easy. I don't know how many I need. Tried on the back of the hand and it felt, I mean, it looked pretty, what's the word? Pigmented. Oh yeah, that's a really good pigment. And I think you can also use this on your lips. Ooh, the color is really pretty. Everything is blending so effortlessly on top of this foundation and primer. I'm honestly blown away with how easy everything is working together. Wow, my skin looks amazing. Step 3 to achieve that filter finish makeup. Huda Beauty, the Easy Bake, their loose baking and setting powder. I'm going to use Cupcake. It's the neutral shade. I also like the pink, I think it's Pink Blossom. I like that one for like under the eyes and the center of my face, but today we're gonna use this one. I'm just gonna take it, powder into the cap, work it into my powder puff. And then what I like to do, I just kind of like to very gently work the powder into the puff with my hand, just to kind of warm up that formula. That way I don't have a lot of loose powder on my face. I'm not going to bake, I'm just going to lightly set. So I'm going to focus underneath the eyes, around the nose, the forehead, and a little bit on the chin and the jaw. I'm not doing the entire face, but we want to minimize and blur and set those areas where I do have a lot of pores and texture, which is mostly the center of my face and under my eyes. This is the Rose and Ben, the powder puff. It just looks like I'm applying a filter to my skin. The difference is incredible. I can see it in camera, I can see it in person, and in person, this is what I think of when I hear filter finish makeup. It's very blurred, it's very smooth, but it still looks like my skin. I still have that skin texture, but the way my skin moves, it is impeccable. It is honestly mind-blowing how good my skin looks right now. I am very impressed. But again, we're gonna have to see how it wears throughout the day because it could go downhill very fast. I have very high hopes for all of these products working together and providing that filter finish makeup the entire day. But this is what this video is all about. We're gonna see how well the new makeup performs by Huda Beauty. I'm excited. Now that both sides are done, I can't stop looking at my skin. I'm telling Andre, it looks like my skin, but I'm so smooth, I'm so blurred. I'm not dry and I'm not extremely mattified. It's just, it looks like a filter on my skin. But let's go on with the rest of the day. This is gonna be the real test to see how it really works and wears with my combination skin type. Let's go on with the day. Okay, I think it's roughly 3 hours later. I ran some errands with the kids and we're back home. Elodie is taking a nap. Emra is hanging out and I just wanna look at my face really quickly. I'm not shiny, I'm not oily. There's a little bit of a glow right in the forehead, but I didn't set too much on the forehead just because I liked that more of that natural finish. This right here, pores are looking phenomenal. I'm not looking heavy. I still see the makeup kind of like a little bit dry around the nose on both sides. Like you can see right there. It's a little caked up, but I'm impressed. Like the makeup is moving with my skin. It doesn't look dry and it's not separating. You can see like around the mouth, like right here, the fine lines, you know, from talking, from eating, smiling. Like you can see a little bit of the foundation kind of sitting right there, but overall, I am just, wow. I really like the way my makeup is looking, the skin is looking. It's so natural, it's so smooth. Wow, I'm just like shocked at how good the texture looks. Of course, it's makeup, you can see the makeup, but just the way it's wearing with my skin, it's not working against my skin, it's working with my skin. I'm very happy. I think we're 5 hours total right now. We just finished an early dinner. I just told Andre, I'm like, this is one of the earliest dinners I have ever made recently. This is what the face looks like. I'm also sweating a lot right now. I'm really hot after cooking and eating. My body is very warm these days and these weeks, months, but I like the way my makeup is looking. There's a little bit of a glow right here, right around the nose. I can actually feel it because I'm sweating. There's a little bit of extra glow right in the center of the forehead. I don't know if I'm gonna touch it up right now. I don't think I need to, but there's a little bit more of the foundation cracking right here after eating. But overall, I'm still very, very, very happy with the way the makeup was looking. If anything, you can kind of see around my mouth where I have been sweating and eating and drinking and wiping my mouth, where the foundation is breaking apart a little bit and it's creating a little bit more texture. Right there, that texture. But it's looking good so far. We are now, what, 7-ish, 8 hours in, and I reapplied the lip combo. We're at the playground, taking them out, you know, like after dinner, and after everything because the evenings here get so nice. It cools off. I haven't touched up my skin in regards to like powder, but just the lip and the lip combo. Yeah, it's not hot anymore. Done with the playground. Now we're gonna stop by and grab some essentials. And by essentials, I mean popsicles because we're all craving them. Honestly, pretty shocked that it doesn't look super oily and slick.
Phone so I can take a picture of the blue popsicles.
You're gonna take a picture of the blue popsicles?
Yeah.
All right, let's go get the essentials. My makeup looks good. Not slick, not oily. Looks natural. Popsicles!
Popsicles!
Oh, there are the popsicles. Right here. We are 12 plus hours and I'm ready. I'm ready in my jammies. I'm ready to take this makeup off. Even though I don't feel like I even need to take it off, the way this new Huda Beauty, the Easy Blur Foundation, the formula is so lightweight, just like she claims it to be. It is so ultra lightweight. It feels good on the skin. You know, like sometimes when you're at the end of the night, you're just like, oh, I just want to like scrape this makeup off. This is not how I feel today. It feels so good. And I am shocked that I did not touch up my skin, especially in this humidity and this heat that we have going on right now. I usually touch up my skin at least twice a day. The forehead, the chin, and around the nose, just because I have combination skin. So for me to not touch up my skin is a lot, and I'm very, very happy about that. I do have one thing to say about this foundation and this primer. So like I was showing you guys, you can see the foundation, like it's starting to break apart, especially around the mouth. If there's a lot of movement and in those areas, I think the foundation can start caking up a little bit depending how much you put on your skin. In my opinion, I don't think this is that type of a foundation where it's like full coverage. It's definitely more medium to buildable. I wouldn't go heavier with it just because it can cake up in those certain areas and it can break up and then look very textured in those areas. Like I was saying, on top of my lip, a little bit right here and around my nose, but overall, very, very, very impressed with the primer and the foundation. Primer, I will say the best thing about it, it has that cooling sensation, but also it doesn't feel thick on the skin and it feels good on the skin. Like a lot of those blurring, smoothing primers, again, I'll mention it one more time. If it has silicone in there, it does have like that slick, almost oily feeling on my skin. And that's why I'm not the biggest fan of those types of primers. I like more so a gripping primer, but I feel like this one has a little bit of that gripping texture as well because it doesn't have that, like I said, slick feeling. It has more of that sticky feeling, like a gripping primer, but it doesn't feel heavy on the skin and it doesn't look heavy on the skin and it doesn't accentuate the texture of my skin as the day goes on, and that goes for the foundation as well. This foundation is not 100% just because it does break apart and it can settle in those areas, but I think once you prep your skin and you kind of learn how this foundation works for you, I think you'll really, really, really enjoy it. It's not a mattifying foundation. I give it more like I said, natural to a soft matte. It's very, very beautiful on the skin. It's very natural, but also the texture and the way it looks and sits on the skin, extremely lightweight. I just am very impressed with both primer and the foundation, plus obviously the setting powder, just all of it mixed together. Beautiful. But also one thing, even though I wasn't really reviewing those liquid blushes by Huda Beauty, wow, I like them on the lips. I like them on the cheeks. They're pretty long lasting and I think they're very user friendly, beginner friendly. I think they're phenomenal. Definitely look into those as well, but this is a very successful first impression. I'm gonna keep wearing it, and of course I'll give you guys thoughts as I use them more often, but I'm very impressed and very excited for these new launches by Huda Beauty. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching, spending time with me, and I'll see you next one.